Hi, everybody. So remember me, I'm Pilar, and we are doing the Quantum Alchemy hashtag today. So we are so excited about all of this. And as you know, the way that this is going to be working is that Marina doesn't have any of the information about the questions that we've laid out. And so kind of the way that we're going to structure this today is I have questions and Alexa has questions. And then of course, Marina doesn't have, any of them. So it'll be just whatever comes up, comes up. So I'm so excited. So for me personally, what I have done is I have, like I said, 5, and 2 of them are from a friend of mine, Sheila, that she was interested in having some answers on, and then 3 were mine. I'm so excited. I can't wait to know the answers to these questions. So anyway, Alexa is going to just introduce herself, and Marina's going to introduce herself, and then you could just take over in your questions, I guess, Alexa.
Okay. Hi, I'm Alexa again.
Hi, I'm Marina, and I want to apologize right now because I woke up with a little pain in my throat. So let's see, I couldn't talk this morning, so I was resting my voice the whole morning just for this moment, and let's see how I do it. But I apologize because maybe I will have to pause the video a couple of times because of my voice. So yeah, and yeah, let's start. I'm excited too, besides this. So let's not stop it.
So I'll start with the first question. So one of the common questions that people ask and want to know to find out through their hypnosis sessions is, what is my purpose? And one of the things we like to say to help you discover your purpose and to overall help you enjoy your life is to be your true self and to do things that you enjoy, and you will attract good things. So my question to you is, can you explain what all of that means, like to be your true self, to help you find your purpose?
It seems that I have been explaining this to a lot of people, but I don't think they understand it. I really don't think they understand it. So yeah, but what does it mean, right? To be yourself. So the primary purpose of our existence is to be our true self, right? So being authentically you is not only your highest joy, but also the most effective way to contribute to the collective evolution of humanity. Okay, it's a journey of self-discovery. Each soul incarnates with a unique blueprint, a purpose rooted in expressing its true essence. This journey involves uncovering and embracing what excites you the most, what brings joy. This emotion, this is what I keep telling people, understand this. This emotion that you create when you do things that make you happy is the how do you say compass guiding you toward the alignment with your true self. That's what guides you, okay? Doing things that you enjoy, that you like. This sense of emotion brings your frequency high, and one thing takes to another one. So you feel like it's you. You really feel good because it's you, okay? So by fully embodying your authentic self and acting on what brings you joy, you vibrate at your highest frequency. So this alignment creates a ripple effect. That's what I'm trying to say, right? It creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. Essentially, being yourself uplifts humanity, but raising the collective vibration. While it may seem contradictory, paradoxical, because on your journey is the greatest gift you can offer to the world. So your own journey is the gift to the world. When you live authentically, you radiate joy and love, which energetically influences others. So you demonstrate courage and freedom, so that inspires others, right? To break free from social conditioning and embracing their true path. So you embody interconnectedness as your growth contributes to humanity's awakening, because that's how it is. Reality reflects your internal state, right? What you feel is what you create. By being your true self, you create a harmonious reflection in the external world. So humanity, as a collective, mirrors this energy, encouraging global transformation. So living in joy without fear or resistance. Actually, Bashar says that kind of stuff. I don't know if you are familiar with Bashar. So it's not selfish. Being like that is not selfish. It's the most responsible way to exist. Your joy is a signal that you are aligned with your higher self and life's purpose. You are aligned with your own soul. So this joy naturally inspires others, helping them reconnect to their authenticity. So unity does not mean sameness. Doesn't mean that everything is the same when you're no. Each of us brings us a unique perspective to the collective. By embracing our individuality, we contribute to the mosaic of human experience and enrich humanity as a whole. So the path to assisting humanity is not through sacrifice. You know how a lot of people say that? No, it's not through sacrifice or conformity, but through the courage to fully be yourself. By doing so, you create a profound impact of both energetically and practically on the collective evolution of the planet. When I say energetically and practically, I'm referring to the two complementary ways your actions and presence can impact the world. So when I say energetically, I refer to the unseen vibrational influence you have on others in the collective consciousness. So when you live as your true self, you align with high vibrations like joy, love, and being authentic. You know, this vibration radiate from your energy field and indirectly influence those around you. So your alignment can inspire and uplift others energetically, even without, like I said, without direct interaction. You know. So, for example, being calm, right, and center can bring a sense of peace to an environment that is chaotic. So, on a larger scale, your personal growth contributes to the overall vibration of humanity. When many individuals align with higher vibrations, it accelerates the collective evolution. And when I say practically, it has to do with everything that's tangible, tangible, physical ways. Your authenticity creates positive change. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, doing good.
Sorry. Okay.
You want me to talk for a minute? Because I have something to say on that.
Okay.
Would that help you?
Okay.
Yeah? Or okay. So I just as a personal thing have been, this is all new to me. Like had no idea about any of this until Marina brought this to my consciousness about, I guess maybe it's been about 4 months now. So I've really been an observer on this one a lot with myself. And I got to tell you, you guys, this is a game changer. I have so much joy in my life. I laugh all the time by myself. I'm cracking myself up. And last night, I got to tell you, I had an interesting, I was watching, I won't say which one, but a reality show. And there was this one person on this that very, very self-centered, very like ego, based. And it was so interesting to see the way that I usually would go through so many changes of just like being so judgy with him. But because I understand this now, I had so much love for him. And I was like, you just do you. You just be you. If you, this is what you need to help you with this, with being yourself, then it was really, I can't explain it. I had so much love and compassion in me for this person that it would have put me through so many changes. And so I am learning so much about myself just because of this one thing. I mean, it's such a game changer. And just hearing you, because I have, like, I know, pretty much what all of you know about all of this, but going more into detail of what Marina was saying is completely confirming even more of what she's saying, just like I had that exact example happen last night when I was observing myself with that, and how you were saying about how it helps the collective and the love consciousness. It was this one's really close to my heart. I really love this one. So thank you.
That is because you are one of the very few that really do it.
Okay.
Those around me that that are around me, and I talk about this, they don't. But I keep saying it, and by following, but you have to do little things. Remember when I told you, Pilar, that, what do you like to do in the morning? First thing in the morning, you said coffee, right? That you like to have coffee. Mm-hmm. So do that, but you would deny yourself from having coffee. Remember?
For years, you guys. Years.
No, we are not talking about excessive amount of coffee, but if you like it, have a little bit of coffee in the morning, enjoy yourself, listen to music, I don't know, sing, whatever it is, little things. It doesn't have to be a big project. So by following your passions and living out, authentically the way how you like, obviously, hold on one second. Obviously, you will do those things respecting people, right? You will do things that you say that you like, and you'll be harming people.
Right.
That is not the point here. Okay. So let's differentiate that. But when you do those things that you really like, so you often create or share something that inspires, that supports, or benefit others. So, for example, pursuing a career or a project, that you love might bring value to people's life. So your courage to be yourself can encourage others to step into their own authenticity, because you become like a model. And that of, okay, if she can do it, why I cannot, if she can do it, I can do it, so it's that kind of stuff. So this might manifest as people around you feeling motivated, to take their own journeys or self-discovery. So when you align with your true purpose, you are more likely to create solutions or innovations that improve lives, whether in your family, community, or even globally. in essence, your energy uplifts the unseen, subtle aspects of the world where your actions create visible physical impact. So together, they form a holistic way of contributing to humanity. So being yourself is not selfish. It's not. So that's the gift that you give to the world, because that's the way it is.
Wow. So beautiful.
Sorry, my throat.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. I don't know, Alexa, you have another question?
Yes. So when you are healing people and when people are sad or feeling not happy, you always tell them to do the light thing, which is like imagining that there's a light coming from the universe and covering you entirely in light. Can you explain why you say that and what does that mean? People have a lot of questions about that whenever you tell them, from my personal experience.
So yeah, and I explained that to you, Pilar, too, right? The light. I call it the light exercise, or the light thing. That's how I call it. That's the first thing that my dad told me, that I didn't understand really exactly what was the function of that. So I have to go through certain processes I have to live the experience. That's what I had to do. And then Mary Magdalene explained in detail. So the practice, I call the light exercise, is a profound tool for awakening and activation. So that's what it is. Okay. And I think that's what happened to me, because when I started doing that, oh my God, everything awakened, and I'm still awakening. Okay. There is a lot of activation is still, waiting to happen. So when you visualize universal light entering your crown chakra and bathing your entire being, you are engaging in a multidimensional process that directly supports the reawakening of your dormant potential, and including the activation of I don't know if you girls heard about the 12 strands of DNA that was supposedly the Anunnakis, when they came, they altered our DNA and blocked them. So when you do that light thing, the light exercise, you can and you will activate those strands in the DNA. So let me explain how it works. So the light you visualize is not merely symbolic. It's a career of divine codes, because that's what it is. It's a career of divine codes and information from the higher realms. By inviting this light into your being, you are aligning with frequencies that resonate with your higher self and divine blueprint. This light communicates directly with your DNA, acting as a catalyst to awaken the dormant strands and their multidimensional capacities. Yeah. As did I say it right? Capacity. Sorry. My English. You have to correct me. Yeah. So as the light flows through your body, it purifies energetic blockages, dense emotions, and outdated patterns stored in our physical bodies. And I said outdated, it's because we talked in the previous video that there are a lot of outdated definitions that don't apply anymore, because now we see the truth. Okay. So this cleansing creates a space for the higher frequencies to integrate, allowing the DNA to respond and recalibrate to its original divine state. So your cells are conscious and respond to light and intention. By bathing your cells in light, you're nourishing them with the essence of creation, reminding them of their divine origins. This supports cellular healing, rejuvenation, and the unlocking of unused, dormant, inactive, however you want to call it, the potential stored with your genetic material, because that's the DNA, right? So the visualization harmonizes your energy field, aligning your chakras, your aura, and your whole body. So because everything works together, this alignment is essential for awakening the 12 strands of DNA, as it creates coherence. That's what it does, create coherence between your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual aspects. By connecting the universal light, you are bringing your awareness to higher dimensions. This practice strengthens your connection to your guides, the universal source, and your soul's wisdom. So it is through this connection that the dormant strands are progressively activated, allowing you to access higher knowledge, intuition, spiritual gifts. And I'm one of those examples, because I have been doing that, and that's what is happening to me. And you, both of you, are witnesses of that. Mm-hmm. And all that since I started doing the light and the light exercise. So, and I started communicating, the awakening gifts, communicating with a lot of these beings, the light beings, ascended masters, and whatever, like everything that comes from light. So know that this exercise is a gift you give yourself and humanity for your individual awakening. For your individual awakening. Mm-hmm. Because it contributes to the collective evolution. The more you practice, the more you embody your true essence as luminous, a true being capable of bringing forth the divine protection encoded within you. So it's really, really necessary to do that. It will get to the point that you practice so much that you will need to do that, and the light exercise anymore, because you're already there, you're already high, you're already in the light. So you don't need to do that anymore. But again, people don't do it. Nope, they don't do it, and then they complain, right? They complain, oh, why is this happening to me? And do you do the light exercise that I told you about? I did it once, I forgot what's all. If you are not willing to try it, at least, you have to try it at least for a couple of days. You cannot do it once and expect, to have a big change. You have to, actually, you can have a big change, but it depends on how evolved you are. Mm. So, well, that is about the
can you, Marina, like just go through the actual way that you're doing that, just because I want to know. Like when I'm in my meditation space, am I just like bringing that light energy through me, through all of my chakras, and then grounding it into the earth? Is that what I do?
That's how I do it.
Is it a constant stream that's just like is it like how long do you do it for? Is it just what feels right to you, or
what it feels right to you? How long? It doesn't matter what you, because I can do it for only 5 minutes and that is enough, or sometimes I need 15 minutes. So it doesn't matter. It's how you feel about it. And there are people that tell me, oh, I cannot imagine the light. It's hard for me to imagine the light. So, okay. So what you are going to do, if it is daytime, you can go in front of the window, and with the light coming from outside, from the sun, you just close your eyes and you will see light, right? Through your eyelids, right? Mm-hmm. So that can help you visualize. Okay, if you are not close to a window, you just turn on any light in your house or whatever place you are, and just go like in front of it, in front of the light, and close your eyes, and you will have the light there, and that will help you visualize. Okay, so you close your eyes. Obviously, you have to be in a quiet place. This doesn't take a long time. Like I say, it could be just 5 minutes. That you close your eyes, visualize the light that is coming straight from you, the universe, entering the top of your head and going all over your body, all over your body. Like I said, bathing you completely, and go slow. You feel it in your whole body. You feel it in your cells. You feel it everywhere. The light, you're glowing. So you take your time. And when it's getting to your legs, it's starting to get to your feet, the light transform into roots, like from a tree. And that is how we ground ourselves with Mother Earth. And we imagine, and we can feel it at the bottom of our feet. We can feel those roots coming out, and we can feel the ground, the earth cracking, going through the earth, and you are grounded. So now you're super stronger from your feet with Mother Gaia and the universe, and you become that bridge, and you bring all that information, and you heal yourself, and you create this environment around you. When you are like that, and you go out somewhere, you will notice how people change around you. Like if someone was upset, they won't understand what's going on, obviously. But if someone was upset, when you go into a room, and they will feel calm. So it's something so good that you create. Obviously, you bring your frequency up too, right? That's how you bring your frequency up. But so many things happen with this. So many things. Like I said, if you are sick, you start healing all of your cells and repairing, your immune system. It's a bunch of things that help you, you like access that other realm, the higher realms, and so you can understand and start seeing from above. You start seeing from above, understanding the things that you don't understand when you are low here. So everything starts to make sense. That's what happens, and that's the way I do it. And you can do it in a meditation if you want, but if you don't have time, you just do it like I did. And sometimes I do it in the shower too, and that is a good thing too, because water is a good conduct of energy, right? As a good conduct of information. So you can do it, during when you're in the shower. You can do what well, don't close your eyes here, but I was going to say when you're driving, because I do it too, but don't close your eyes when you're driving. But you don't look for any excuse, like saying, like I hear it all the time, oh, I don't have time, I can't. Well, if you have that attitude, so okay, how do you want me to help you, really? So you don't want to help yourself. There's nothing I can do. Yes, I can do the light for you, and I did it to people, and I still do it, but that's just to give you a push. But you are the one in control. You are the one that has to do it, because you are the one that creates your reality. That's why you came to this world. Not for me to do things for you, like if you are, like, how do you call it, puppet, So that's not how it works. There are people, that you know this, but I'm not going to say the names. But can you change the mind of my granddaughter? Can you change the mind of my friend, because it's so negative? Go in their heads and change them. No, Would you like, if you know that someone behind you is working on your head, so you change, you're not being yourself. Someone else is doing it for you. So why did you decide to incarnate, right? If you are not going to have an experience with someone else is using you as a puppet, change your mind and do it. No, that's not the way it works. You were supposed to work with yourself. Like I said, I can give you a little push, but you are the one. And through hypnosis, our technique, quantum alchemy hypnotherapy, you go through all that process. It's not like one of those hypnosis that, oh, I have problems smoking and I need to be hypnotized, so I won't smoke anymore. And this person goes, okay, close your eyes, boom, you'll feel disgusted by the smoke. Okay, the person wakes up, doesn't remember anything, and they don't smoke anymore. But why did that person start smoking in the first place? That was not addressed, okay, in the hypnosis, in the therapy. It was not addressed. So yeah, that person was manipulating their brain to stop smoking, but they didn't resolve the problem, the root problem. So they will start having another obsession for something else. Maybe it will be alcohol, maybe it will be drugs. Okay, so that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I could do that too, right? It's the same thing. Like when they say, oh, change their minds, can you go to their head and do something and change their mind? I'm not saying I can do that. I will never do it. I will never do it. It's not in me. And I'm so close with people's higher self that we have an interaction. It's impossible, actually. I cannot. We have an interaction. We talk, and their higher self will tell me what they need to learn. Why they cannot. For example, if they are sick, why they cannot heal, get healthier yet. And that, I think I'm going through other path right now. Sorry. But that's what mainly the light thing, the light exercise does. Is so important. It's so important.
Thank you so much for saying that, because I have been doing it, but it's been hard for me. But I think I haven't been doing it right, because I've been imagining it being more like a tube, just going straight through me, like inside me. So I didn't know that I was supposed to like bring it around me also. So I think that will change it for me.
Instructions.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you imagine the light. The thing is that the light has to go through you.
Okay.
Fine. And the way that you imagine is completely fine, because that's the way that your own soul is guiding you how to do it.
Okay.
That's the way that you feel it has to be. That's the way. So I'm just giving an example of how I do it.
Yes.
But as long as you bring the light, and it has to come through your head, because it comes from above, right? And that's our connection, the crown chakra. So as long as it comes from the universe, and it goes into your body, however you want to do it. It doesn't matter. That's perfectly fine. So you never do it wrong, ever. Also, speaking of that, someone else said, oh, I cannot imagine a white light. For some reason, it goes to another color, so I'm doing it wrong. That's another thing. It doesn't have to be white, because whatever color is persistent, the color that you see, is because that's the frequency that you need at the moment. Because colors have frequencies, right? Different frequencies. So don't try to force yourself to imagine certain colors if you can't. Ideally, it will be white or like gold, yellowish. That will be okay. That will be ideally, like I said. But if not, you just start with whatever color it comes to your mind, because that's the frequency that is needed in your body at that moment. That's what you need it, right there at that moment. And it will change. Every time you do it, the color will change until you get to the white or the gold color. So that's perfectly fine.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Pilar, do you have another question or something about this? Because I know.
Well, ironically, we could go into one of Sheila's questions because it's directed towards light. So we could do that one. Because do you have any more questions, Alexa?
I have one more, but it's not related to.
Oh, let me do this one then, because it is related to, in a different way, light. So, since we're on that topic, it says, "Does this white light keep you in the karma loop? There is talk out there about the white light shooting you back into a karma loop. They are saying stay away from the white light. Can you explain this, please?"
How the light can do such thing to you? It's not even possible. Light is light. Light is God. Is everything. Is love. I just don't get it. How the question is, keep you in a karma loop. How can it keep you in a karma loop? Mm-hmm. So it's not about doing the exercise, right? It's when you go through the light, when you live physical.
Yeah, when you transition over to
when you live, okay, when you live this physical body,
mm-hmm.
right? The best thing that can happen is to see the light, because you are going back home. Light is home. Mm-hmm. If you don't see it, it's because something has to be taken care of first. So you want to look for the light. The light is always there. The light is always there. It doesn't matter how negative you are. The difference is that how big the light it is at that moment, and if you want to pay attention or not. And I experience it myself, because I help souls to cross over how many times I don't even know anymore. And I help those that were so negative, and they have trouble, but they felt so desperate. And I went with them, and I could see the darkness, but I saw the little spot of light, and they will be so like closed off in that belief that they don't even deserve anything, anything good, and they have remorse and all that guilt, that they are so closed off that they don't lift their heads. Obviously you are in a spirit, you don't have, but at that moment you feel that you still have a body, and they don't even lift their heads to see around and look for the light. They don't, but the light is always there. Mm-hmm. It's always there. And that's something I really learned. So when you find the light, you have always your guides there too. Oh, you're never alone. Oh, never alone. You have your guides, and you have your family. Actually, you'll have some of the family members that already pass away, so they are waiting for you, welcoming you, and obviously they are there to guide you through the light, to guide you to source, to guide you to home. So there's no such thing a loop. No. So you want that. You really want that to go through the light. It's becoming yourself again. Like it's your true self, which is the soul. The light. It's impossible. Karma is not what. That's another outdated definition. Mm-hmm. Karma is not what they say it is. Oh, this is happening because in another life, you're bringing that from another life. You did so much bad things, in the other life, that this life you have to pay for it. No. Karma is taking action to balance your energy. Whatever you did that it wasn't aligned with your true self, that was negative, it needs to be balanced. Once you recognize that that you did that, you really see it. that you did something that is not aligned with your true self, you look for ways to balance it. You don't even need to go through the whole experience and pay for it, like they say. You don't even need to do that. You choose to do it. You always have an option. You choose to do it, but you go when you when you leave the physical world, your physical body, when you leave, you see all that. You have no one there to judge you but yourself. You see everything, how it is, how it was, everything that you did, the good, the bad, and not so good, and every impact you had with everyone around you. You see it, you experience all that, but without actually judging. I cannot even use that word judging, because it's not judging. That's what people think, because judging is not love, and you're pure love. You can experience the pure love over there. So you see all that, you experience all that, and you see those things that were not aligned with your true self. And since you experience, you understand, and you automatically balance that energy. Mm-hmm. So the karma is already paid off. But you decide if you wanna, you already balance it because you understood everything from your core. You really understood, and you felt, what the other person felt when you did something wrong to them. So you decide, you already balanced by doing that. So you decide if you, you know what, I want to experience the other side of the person, like the victim part here. I want to experience that. I really want to do it. And the guys will tell the soul will say, okay, are you sure? Because there are challenges here. Are you sure you want to do it? Or how you want to do it? It doesn't have to be exactly the same way, but you can arrange with that soul that was a victim at that moment. You can arrange something so the roles change it, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same experience, but the roles change it, So you agree, you plan everything how you want it to do it. And all that is made in the light. All the planning and everything is through the light, in the light, with the light. So there is no such thing as a loop, and that doesn't exist. You have free will. First of all, you decide how you want to experience it, and what you want to experience.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if it was something else in the question.
No, you answered all of it. I also just, I just am having, with Bashar, one of the things that I was listening with him about, we were talking about that last night, about how he had a little thing he was saying about those people, on the other side, that when you have a hard time with somebody here on planet Earth, it's those people you've had agreements with them, and those are the real people that really love you, that are really like, have your back the most, and just are so like the people that we think are their enemies.
The enemies, exactly. They are not. They are actually the ones helping you to have the experience that you decided to have. So, and they also wanted to have that kind of experience. So you help each other, because that's the way that we grow. Because when we are souls, we know everything, but we don't experience it. Yeah. So when we come here, we have that amnesia, right? That I spoke before. We have that amnesia, so we don't remember everything. So we can rediscover little by little, everything from scratch. So when we rediscover that, we learn in a way that our soul expands. Is the growth is incredible. So it's not really over there. It's not really seen as a bad thing. Yeah. It's when you really understand it and you see it from above, it's not really a bad thing. Maybe people still don't understand, because when you start to understand, like you did, you said that you saw that was a reality or podcast. I don't know what you said.
Yeah, it was a reality show.
You understood, so you see things in a different way, and you don't judge that much. We still judge, yeah, but now we are aware of it. Now we are aware. Oh, okay, all right, I stop now. I was judging. No, but that's not the way it is. And now we can analyze it better and we understand. So yeah, it's normal. We are still in this world, right? As humans. So we have those things that we can still judge, but now we are aware. We are aware we can change it.
Yeah.
So everything becomes more positive. When you know everything is more positive, your frequency keeps up and all good things come. All good things come. It's no way that something bad can happen to you.
Well,
Not in the way that people see those bad things, you know?
yeah. No, that's what we were talking about last week. It's about remembering. So I had that moment there of just kind of, remembering about, that source love consciousness. And I just was really able to bring that forth to that person with, like you said, I mean, I went into that judgment and then I was able to stop myself and just see it from that higher frequency. And it was different for sure. I never did that before. So
Yeah, we are constantly remembering.
remembering.
It's quite a journey, but don't see it as something negative. Don't. If so, okay.
So you have another question?
Yes. So my final question. Do you know anything about the Anunnakis? And if so, what do you know about them? Like, can you explain like what they had to do with the altering of our DNA that you kind of briefly brought up with the 12 strands of DNA? And why and how did they do that?
Yeah, I recently started communicating from beings from the Taygeta. I'm from the Taygeta star system in the Pleiades, and I started communicating with other of my guys that I didn't know I had. Well, obviously we have a lot, but I just don't even try to figure it out the other ones because I have so many always coming to me, right? And I learned a couple things about the Anunnaki. Well, Bashar also talks about them, and in the Sumerian tablets, they talk about them, and there is some information out there, but I'll try to make it short. So, for those that they're not aware of them. So the Anunnaki supposedly came to Earth in search of gold to save their home planet. It was the Nibiru, which needed gold particles to repair that their atmosphere. So to assist in mining efforts here on Earth, the Anunnaki genetically engineer early humans. The early humans DNA. They were the hominids. Hominids. How do you say? Hominids. Right? They were not the Homo sapiens. Yeah. It was Homo sapiens, yeah. Hominids, right? Hominids. Yeah, sorry. My English. Sorry. I don't usually translate in my head from Spanish to English because I don't really speak Spanish that much about this kind of stuff. I don't. But it's still, like, sometimes I try to. When I cannot pronounce something, I try to think in Spanish. So okay, go back. So the Anunnakis needing help finding gold. So they were running out of time, because the planet was going to get extinct, and so they saw these humans. How do you say hominids? Mm-hmm. So they decided to alter their DNA. So they can create helpers, people to assist in this.
Slaves,
so
right?
What?
Slaves? Like, didn't they call them slaves at that point?
Well, no, actually, that's what people call it, but they were not exactly slaves.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't do it the Anunnakis, that's something that they showed me. They didn't do it in a malicious way. They just did it out of desperation. They really needed help, and they could not get it from their planet because they didn't have enough time to bring more people from their planet to help with it. So it was out of desperation. It was wrong. Okay. Yes, it was wrong. There are laws out there, and they broke those laws.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But they didn't do it in a malicious way. So, and when they alter the DNA, so this is where humanity's block wisdom originates, actually, the idea. Because supposedly to keep humans, they did that supposedly to keep humans compliant, submissive, and so they could be efficient workers. So they wouldn't be that smart, let's put it that way, because they needed help, and they didn't want to have access to knowledge because that the saying, knowledge is power, right? Knowledge gives you freedom. That's what it comes from, actually. Knowledge gives you freedom, gives you power. So they wanted to limit that, because if they really knew everything, the humans that they created knew everything, they wouldn't help them, because they will notice that, oh, this is not right, the way why you created us, So, but then the Anunnakis, the ones that were not here on Earth, they found out those that were here, what they did with the DNA and all that, and they're like, oh no, this is wrong. All of you come back home. And then the ones that were there said, okay, we'll have to fix this. How are we fixing this? Obviously, they didn't want to eliminate the humanoids that were here, right? So they said, okay, these beings, they need help, and that's how they started coming and teaching them agriculture, architecture, but also they created laws that demanded obedience, and that was also another thing. They did that because it was a chaos. There was like no order. They will try to kill themselves, and they will take the woman of this one. There was no respect, and that's how the 10 commandments came about. Actually, it wasn't God, it was one of them trying to figure it out how to keep an order. And that's why those laws of obedience, if you don't do this, God is going to punish you in hell and burn you. And, they have to go to that extreme because people were not understanding. And so they have to do that. And that's how religion also was created. Anyways, we were talking about how they how the Anunnaki block the DNA, right?
The 12 strands, yeah.
The 12 strands, yeah. So these alterations were not merely physical, but vibrational and energetic. So specific strands of our DNA were deactivated, not destroyed, creating what some now call junk DNA. These dormant codes hold the keys, right, to our higher potential, awaiting activation through spiritual evolution. Right? Frequencies were tuned to anchor human consciousness primarily in the third dimension, with pathways left open for eventual ascension. That's how it happens. So our collective consciousness consented to this process as part of the larger plan to explore duality and limitation, because obviously we are limited, right? When they block the DNA, we are limited. So, but also paving the way for profound growth in eventual awakening. So, and how do you unblock all that? Like I said, doing the light. Doing the light, you really unblock all that stuff. So we do have those strains in our DNA. We do have them, but they are blocked, and actually they are blocked with beliefs. So we have to change our beliefs, and we have to be open-minded, and we have to let the light come through so we can see better. And that when we can see better, obviously we awaken those codes, and we awaken those gifts that we have, right? And all that have to do with the 12 strands of the DNA. And so basically I don't want to make it so long, but the way that they block it the most was through beliefs. That's what I wanna talk about briefly. It was through beliefs. So it wasn't like it was genetic, but most likely through beliefs. So our beliefs are a reflection of our perception, right? And an anchor of our reality, right? So limiting beliefs act as a powerful tool to shape and constrain our experience. So over time, certain influences sought to reinforce these limitations, but embedding stories that keep our divine essence dark. So with those beliefs, like I said, because I'm seeing it right now. Okay. Like I said, they created beliefs like those the 10 commandments, for example, or they wanted people to believe that God was bad, so they will be punished to create order. So those are beliefs, and that's how you cannot fulfill your potential, because you are always in fear. So you restrain yourself. So that's how you deactivated yourself, the strands of the DNA, because you were afraid. With fear, you can control. That's what governments do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with fear, you can control. So you don't explore your true self. You don't try to explore or develop anything else because you are restrained by the fear. Am I explaining myself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
So that's how they block it, really.
Yeah.
So if we change our beliefs, that's how we activate them. Yeah. And doing the light, it will bring your vibration high, so you will be able to access all that kind of information, and you will activate them, because when you access the information, you see the truth. When you see the truth, you understand, right? And when you understand, you change your belief.
Mm-hmm.
Because how can you change your belief? What? Sorry.
Yeah, then your frequency goes up. You go higher.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
So it's one thing, takes to the other one. So it makes complete sense to me when they show me that. It was like that was the moment, like, right.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
So it was because of the controlling. They need to control. It wasn't right, but it wasn't in a malicious way. It was not their intention. Yeah. So they tried to make it up with the other ones that came, trying to help us, to develop our own potential, teaching us stuff, and then they said, okay, we'll be watching you from up there. Let's see what they do, that's how we work with DNA thing, the deactivation and all that. But everything comes from the light. The light. You see how the light can be wrong, bad.
Circle.
Those are all the questions that I have. Pilar, I don't know if you have any others.
So this is another Sheila question. why would we choose these lives, such as children born in Africa with no food or people in extreme abusive families? I hear this a lot from people I know, not understanding or believing that we are choosing our destiny here now. Could you please explain this?
Well, that has to do with the conversation that we had,
Yeah.
that we plan everything depending on what we want to experience.
Right.
Sometimes we just want to help the other soul that is asking us for a favor. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
Basically, that's what happens. Is like, for example, I need to learn how to regain love from the suffering and from the darkness. I will want to learn how to reach the light from the darkness. I want to experience and see how it is. So who is going to help me? Someone has to be really bad to me. Okay, it has to torture me or whatever they decide how they want to do it.
Mhm.
You know, so they say, hey, okay, it's okay, I will do it for you. And
Yeah.
that will be, you know, the person coming and doing really bad things. For example, a kid that came with malformations or whatever, they were born with certain illnesses or things like that. Those are the more advanced souls. Those are the ones that say, okay, I'm willing to go through all that for you, in this case parents, maybe, you know, to gain compassion, to learn about compassion. Just to give you an example, there's a lot of things going on there, you know. So, and they all agree that it has to be that way, because there's no other way that they thought that they could really learn those lessons. So they have to go through all that. So it's not like, oh, why God lets this, you know, to happen, so much suffering. They pick the suffering. The people, their souls already picked that because of those reasons, and many more reasons, not just that, you know, there are many more reasons, but they are all good reasons, no bad reason. It's not about punishment. Besides, God has nothing to do with it. God created you so he could experience all those things that he couldn't. So he created the illusion of separation and said, okay, every single light will be a soul. You go and do whatever you want, and I will experience whatever you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's what it was. So it wasn't God saying, oh, you will suffer, you will do this. It wasn't God. It wasn't God. It wasn't God. If people keep blaming God, so they will take responsibilities about their own actions,
Mm-hmm.
and about their own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to blame someone else. It's always better to blame someone else. But God here has nothing to do. God loves you, or source, or however you want to call it, you know, loves you so much that he lets you go through whatever you pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you.
I got to tell you, that's new information for me. I thought that how it worked was that God was like, okay, I want to learn this energy or this emotion or whatever's going on, and so I'm going to create this sparkle, as you call it, to expand and go through all of the motions with that. But you're saying it in a different way, where the source, God, whatever, is like almost the observer for that whatever that sparkle is going through. I like that.
It's not almost the observer. He is the observer. And so he experiences everything through you.
Yeah.
Right? So, but he's not making any decisions. It's you, your soul.
Wow.
But he also is so good. He's so good and loves you so much that he also said, okay, this is going to be the structure. You're making those decisions that somehow you're going to figure it out. You know how to learn, you know, but you will be guided. You will have guides around you, so you will never be alone.
Yeah.
You'll have those guides, different guides from different sources. So it's not just spiritual, angels from other different sources, depending on what you decided to experience. So you are never alone. You can always get out of those things, but as long as you learn and you're willing to learn what you decided to learn. If because you already made a decision before coming, that decision you cannot change it unless you learn what you wanted to learn. So once you learn, you can change everything else, but you have to learn. And it doesn't mean that you have to learn in this incarnation. It could be in another one, because if you pick a life full of challenges, and you cannot take it, and you didn't learn until the last moment of your life, you decided when you leave also. So you decided, okay, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. You live, but you didn't learn. You will have to plan it, how you are going to do it again. Maybe not exactly the same way, but you have to plan it, how to do it again, because you already decided that that's the way you want to, that you want to learn.
Okay, I got to just tell you that it's so amazing, the synchronicity of the way that these conversations are going, because this is one of my questions. How do we break deep-rooted patterns our soul comes in with, even to the point of it being an ancestral pattern, not even our issues? So it's kind of correlated with what you were just saying.
So you're saying that some stuff that you go through now, it doesn't have anything to do with you, that is the body or ancient?
Well, no, I mean, there's actually, it's kind of a two-parted question. One of them is like we all come here with, with rooted, sort of juicy kind of things that our soul really wants to, grind into and discover and grow and experience and stuff. And so how do we break that, like get into that, like to release that? And then the other question was like, sometimes, and I don't know if this is true, you tell me, but there's sometimes when we make agreements on the before we come in body, that I'm going to help my ancestral, patterns to break this, and so we'll take on experiences for them. That's not true. That's not true. Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
Your ancestral, how do you call ancestral what?
Patterns?
No, they're the people.
Yeah.
Your ancestors, yeah.
Yeah, ancestors.
They thank you for trying to work on that, but they have their own path. It's not for you to try to fix that. So no, it's not like you have to cut a pattern. You have that pattern because you decided, because you have some beliefs that makes you think that way, but it's not. So no, I need to break the karmatic that they call, right? The karma, the ancestors are, bringing, no. That is not true. That does not exist. That is your belief, and because of your belief, you create that kind of thing, that kind of I can't say that word, pattern. But it's not because of, how do I cut it? It's just your belief. It depends. You have to see the root of your belief, and then you will understand why you think that's what you are creating. Why is that I'm creating that? Because I believe what. So you have to really deepen your questions, go and ask one question after the other one until you get to the root.
In the belief system, like you were saying.
In the belief system, but it has nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with your ancestors. No.
So why is it that sometimes, like, you'll hear about these people that have like a pattern going through the
Because they don't learn certain things because of the belief. They think that they have to, because they already have some ideas that somebody put that idea in their heads, because they are not born with that idea. They are not, you have amnesia. Someone already said something to them, and they have that kind of pattern. And sometimes it is just that you want to experience the same thing that your ancestors experience.
Mhm.
And you make a connection with them that way, but not because of. That's the part. Not because of.
Oh, okay.
You can make a connection with your ancestors. You can make a connection with your parallel lives. You can make a connection with anything that is related to whatever you are experiencing at the moment. Whatever is related to what you want to experience at the moment. All the things that you have to learn, but it's not because of. It's not a consequence
Mhm.
of your ancestors.
Mhm.
So, do you?
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
about-
Yeah, I get it.
It's all about belief systems.
It's belief systems. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's why karma really doesn't exist as the karma, as the definition that people give it. No, because you were a bad father, or you were taking all that karma about being bad, and things are going to happen when at the other side, when you leave your physical body, and you are no, you are going to see everything that you did, and you are going to feel it, and you are going to balance. You decide, you feel, you go to a process, and you are not alone. So it's not like everything is imposed in you. No.
Mhm.
No, it's all about you and your growth and your evolution. It has to do with that. So that has to do with the question, the first question Sheila had.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
interesting. Well, I think that we covered so much. We're probably going to have to do this in 2 segments, because we're actually at probably an hour right now. So I know that I have 2 more questions, but it's actually a good time to stop, because they're not correlated to what we were talking about. So I love how this video just flowed into like Alexa's questions and my questions, and how you sort of like just kind of like, traveled it in other ways. And I learned a lot. Thank you.
We all learn. I learned too.
Yeah, that's just so wonderful. It's so much fun. But we will continue, and thank you for joining us. So I will say goodbye on my end.
Thank you so much for watching the video, you guys. The questions were great. I thought that they were wonderfully answered by my mom. And yeah, bye on my part.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I need to rest my throat a little bit, so hopefully I'll be fine at the end of this day. I don't want it to take too long. I'm already doing my exercises, so there's a reason for this. There's always a reason for things that happen, right? So I'm looking forward to see you guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. Bye.
Bye, everybody.